Hi, everybody. Welcome to High School Showdown. I'm your host, Tim Shirer. Well, and here's Joey. You there, Joey?
I'm here.
All right. And tonight, our other Sentinel High School beat writer, who started covering high school sports with us last year, and he's back with us this year, Ken Krisner.
Hi, everybody.
So this is our second show of the season, and it was a good week of high school football the first week. I got to mention that we even covered a volleyball game yesterday. Fairport at Menor Christian, and Fairport won the match. 3-1. They were up 2-0, and then Menor Christian won the third game, and then the fourth game was very close, 23-23, and then Fairport got the last 2 points and ended up winning the match. So we're going to try to do some more volleyball and probably soccer. I'll cover some soccer now that I'm an expert after watching the World Cup. That's like farthest thing from the truth, I could say. But I did enjoy the World Cup. But Joey, why don't you tell us who our show is brought to you by?
Our show is brought to you by Comic Heaven, located at 4847 Robin Hood Drive in Willoughby. They have tens of thousands of comics in store, millions of comics in backstock. Give them a shout. Go into the store. It's just a fun place to be. Always big plasma. Always have comic books, something playing on TV. Always willing to talk. Just a great place to hang out. If you want to give them a call, number's 440-942-6960.
And the address is 4847 Robin Hood Drive in Willoughby, Ohio. And did we get their hours, Joey?
Not yet, but okay. I do know that I already said their address.
They vary.
You don't listen.
You said the address?
I did. Yep.
Wow.
I know.
That's pretty bad. Okay. Well, we're off to a great start. It used to be when we did the Josh and Tim Talk Sports Show. It used to be, how many mistakes will Tim make?
Yeah, but there's a lot of times where I say the same stuff that you say too, so it goes back and forth.
I make a lot of mistakes. I don't have a problem admitting that. But
is it really a mistake though to give the address twice?
No, not at all.
Well, it was a mistake that I wasn't listening.
I could see through the glasses. You zoomed out for a second.
So, the schedule last week, we had 10 of the 11 Lake County teams in action. The Fairport Harbor Skippers were not in action because their game was canceled. And they'll be just playing 9 games this year. But we had a full slate of games last week in Lake County, or with Lake County teams. A lot of them were not in Lake County. A lot of Lake County teams were away last week.
I believe it was only 3 home games all of last week.
You both had home games, but besides that, there wasn't many others. But I'm going to go over the games that we did not cover, and then we could talk a little bit about the games that you and Ken covered. And Ken covered Olmsted Falls Mentor, and you covered Perry Madison. So, but here are the other games. Willoughby South shut out the Cuyahoga Falls Black Tigers 34-0. Eastlake North Rangers got off to a good start. They won 51-7, beating the North Olmsted Eagles. The Berkshire Badgers lost to Painesville Harvey Red Raiders 27-22. The Kirtland Hornets, as I said on Twitter when the final score of the game came through, the Kirtland Hornets impeached the Taft Senators 51-6. Steubenville Big Red beat Riverside 35-14. And Cardinal Mooney destroyed Lake Catholic 41-7. So that brings us to the three games that we covered. I did not really cover the Wycliffe Bradford game. I had the honor of doing stats because they're regular stats guys, Anthony and Mike Nagy, and Mike Fishwick could not be there. So I took the trip down to Bradford, Ohio with them and did the stats. But Ken, how about you talk about Menor Olmsted Falls?
Oh, sure. Well, Menor won the game 38-17. It was a game where at times both teams made mistakes, but other times it was some really, really good football. It was a beautiful night at Menor Cardinal Osborne Stadium. Olmsted Falls, got to give it up for them. They traveled well. Very large student section came for the game. Lots of parents as well. Menor lost a lot of talent, graduated a lot of talent, but probably no surprise. They're going to be a force in the Greater Cleveland Conference. And when we get to playoff time this year, Brogan Jones, their quarterback, again, he made some mistakes. He had 3 interceptions and lost 1 fumble. As Coach Matt Gray said after the game, he can't recall a game where he was involved in a game where there was 4 turnovers and they still won the game. But on the other hand, he's got a terrific arm. He is very agile, can get out of the grasp of defenders very quickly. Logan Burwald, their wide receiver, had a two-way player, actually. Wide receiver, he had 2 touchdowns. He also had a couple of interceptions on the defensive side. Olmsted Falls is a pretty good football team from what I can see. Their quarterback is a very good athlete. He's also a very good baseball player as well. So I think this was a good quality win for Menor and a good way how to start their season.
All right. Well, that's that sounds good. Joey, what about Perry Madison? We should give the Olmsted Falls Mentor score. It was 38-17. Menor won that game.
Right.
And now you had Perry Madison.
Mm-hmm.
Did I already? I didn't give this score already, did I?
No.
Okay.
No, but Ken did.
I wasn't going to say anything.
So I'll start off by saying
I listened to what you were saying. Oh my God! I just wow. This is wow. Whew. Yeah.
the Perry Madison game was Perry won 39-7. Let's check that out.
Okay.
Two teams that I really like, 2 great communities in Perry and Madison, obviously both in Lake County. Perry traveled very well. Madison they always show up for their football team. I talked to Mike Gilligan, the head coach for Madison before the game, and a lot of young guys. They graduated a pretty big class last year. One of their best players is out for the season. So they're trying to figure things out there, but he's a great coach. They've had some really good teams. I think they'll figure it out as the season goes along. Perry they look ready to roll from opening snap. I think they scored 3 touchdowns on their first 5 or 6 plays. Quarterback Nate oh my God,
Nate Trevsker.
Trevsker, thank you.
Wycliffe lineage.
Yeah. 15 for 18, over 300 yards passing, four passing touchdowns, one rushing touchdown. Brody Krantz had two of those catches. Great, just breaking ankles. I mean, his route running is phenomenal.
Brody Krantz, not to interrupt you, but Brody Krantz was the first one to like our post about our schedule for this week.
No.
Yes.
And he's a good kid.
Well, obviously, if he liked our schedule, he's
bro. Yeah, I mean, you had Greg Mockenbeyer, who, God, just absolutely blazing fast. Took a 5-yard out pass to 85 yards for a touchdown. I mean, Perry, they got a very, very good team. Madison, I think they'll get there as the season goes along. But yeah, Perry was just they really did a phenomenal job, and and that's including having an entire new offensive line. Their only returning lineman is their left tackle, McGustin. Another great kid. So they got leadership, they got skill position, good defense, great quarterback. It was a good game.
Yeah, we'll have them again this year at some. And I know you gave us the score, Joey, so I don't have to give it. How about that?
You can if you want, though.
No, you know what I did this time? I focused. I mean, other times I'm listening, but I'm like not focused. I'm like everywhere else. But I listened and focused. I did those two things, and I succeeded. Kind of like when you're driving, you should look and focus. So I was at down in Bradford, like I said, with the Wycliffe Blue Devils. They took on the Bradford Railroaders. Very nice school. Very nice school, by the way. We had a nice meal in the gymnasium when we got there. Barron's bus, by the way, nice ride down. The only thing I would say is their seats were a little bigger. That's all. That's the only thing. They were kind of small. But nice ride down. We got there. We had lunch. And really nice people down there. Like everybody down there was nice. The game got delayed an hour and a half because of lightning and rain. And really nice field. Good facilities there. And, I joked with Mars Porcello on our inaugural show last week that they were going to run the air raid offense. Well, Mars Porcello, who is a really good coach, must have said, hey, I think Tim has an idea. For the first time in maybe 30 years, nearly 30 years, Wycliffe threw for 3 touchdowns.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Dom Porcello threw 3 touchdowns, and, he ran for 1, too. That kid is ultra talented. He's such a talented athlete. He's coming back from a Tommy John procedure. He didn't have the full Tommy John. He had the where they repair it. Mm-hmm. And he looks like he never missed a beat. And he played really well. Wycliffe has a lot of weapons. Jaden Johnson ran the ball. Hunter ran the ball. I cannot remember. I think it's Devin Hunter. That's it. Ran the ball. Cole Vanetta is running back punts and kicks. A very fast kid. So Wycliffe's got a lot of talent. They got a good shot at. They have a good shot at going undefeated. They really have a good shot at going undefeated. So we'll see. I mean, we predicted them in the picks last week to go undefeated, along with Perry and I think it was just Perry, right? Mm-hmm. It was just Perry, I believe. I have the predictions down here. Let me see. Wycliffe and Perry. That was it. Yeah, that was who who we predicted to go undefeated. But that's last week. Last week was good. Let's hope week 2 is good. Let's get on to next week or this week. It will be August 28th. And August 28th and 29th because there is a game on Saturday. But starting Friday night, the Painesville Harvey Red Raiders will be at Edgewood to take on the Warriors. I don't think they have Steph Curry this week. They are 1-0. They blew out St. John 33-0. I found this out this week. I didn't know this. St. John is not playing at Spire anymore.
Oh, well, where are they playing at? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I really wasn't a fan of Spire for high school football. It seemed sterile to me.
And if you're on the visiting side, it's a grind to get to that side of the field.
Yeah.
So I think they made a smart move moving, and it probably is a lot cheaper.
Well, and I can tell you, Lakeside has a good facility too.
Do they? That's good.
Yeah.
Did they rebuild all of that when they rebuilt that school that fell apart?
No, that stadium was there, had been there before that.
Okay.
And I was there for some track meets a few years ago.
Oh,
and
okay,
it's a really good facility.
Ken's son Evan ran track.
Yeah, and my daughter Emily.
Oh, Emily did too. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, second game, Willoughby South Rebels, who are 1-0, will be at Kent Roosevelt to play the Rough Riders. Oh my gosh, I just put it together now.
Wow. Why, they're the Rough Riders?
Oh my God. I'm really, really disappointing myself. Oh my gosh. Wow. Whew, my gosh. Okay.
One of those days.
We're going to move on from that. Eastlake North Rangers will be at Valley Forge to take on the Patriots. Now, I know why they're called the Patriots.
There we go.
They probably should be called the Washingtons, maybe, but that's another thing. They were shut out in week 1 by North Royalton. So North will try to move to 2-0. Madison is at Maple Heights to take on the Mustangs. The Mustangs are 1-0. They beat Lorraine in a high-scoring game last week, 48-28, to open the season. But that wasn't the highest-scoring game of the week. I think your alma mater, Ken, might have had the highest-scoring game of the week.
Was it like 44-42? They lost to Sandusky Perkins.
Yeah. So that was a pretty high-scoring game. But Mentor will host the McDowell Trojans. McDowell from Erie, PA. This will be their first game of the season. They did not have a week 1 game. Then the Lake Catholic is at Avon Lake to take on the Shoremen, who are 0-1 after they lost a close one last week. The Shoremen did to the Strongsville Mustangs 24-22. Kirtland will be in Poland, Ohio to take on the Poland Seminary Bulldogs. The Bulldogs, they're 0-1 as they lost to Salem 21-17. And then Saturday night, these are games we're not covering. Saturday night, Fairport Harbor Skippers will be at the St. John Heralds, who now play at Lakeside, as I mentioned. That will be on Saturday. The Heralds are 0-1. They got shut out by Edgewood 33-0 in their opener. So we have 3 games this week, though, and that we will be covering. I'll get mine out of the way first. It's, I don't think anybody really has to guess. But I will be covering the Wickliffe Blue Devils. They'll be playing the Richmond Heights Spartans, who are 1-0. They won their opener. They beat Beechwood. So, that's they beat Beechwood. Beechwood, their football program has struggled recently, so I'm not sure, how how that game went. I didn't see anything about it. I didn't see any film or anything, so I don't know. But I feel like Wycliffe should, get the victory.
It is good to see Richmond Heights back on the football field.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. They got a beautiful school now, by the way, too.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Joey, you'll be covering the Aurora Green Men at the Riverside Beavers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're 0-1, Riverside.
Yeah,
Aurora's 1-0.
Riverside had a rough game last week against Steubenville, but that's Steubenville is a perennial powerhouse. But then again, so is Aurora is a playoff team almost every single year. So I think it'll be a little bit closer. I think that I do think that Riverside does pull out the victory in this one. It'll be but I think it'll be very close and a very good matchup.
All right. And Ken, you're going to be covering the Perry Pirates at the Kenston Bombers.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this game.
I was talking to Tommy earlier today, and he was like, "Why do they have a star as their logo?"
Just like the Dallas Cowboys.
They went to that in the '70s with the Cowboys. I'm pretty sure.
Right. I
What
think
do you
so.
think about this matchup?
I think that's going to be a dynamite game. I mean, Joey, you were talking about Perry earlier. I'm looking forward to seeing Nate Tresker play. He kind of got thrown into it last year when their quarterback, McCoy Richards got hurt, a season-ending injury against Kirtland. And, I saw Perry twice last year, that game against Kirtland and then their playoff game against NDCL. And, yeah, I think they're probably ripe for a long run in the playoffs later this year. And I think Kenston is another great Northeast Ohio football program. They're always competitive, always put out a well-coached team. And I think it's going to be a great game, and I'm looking forward to it.
You guys are covering, obviously, Perry is still in the CBC, but Kenston, a former CBC team.
Right.
Aurora was a former CBC team. I was telling my son today, I remember when they were in the CBC when I was in high school, and Wycliffe was bigger than both places.
Yeah, right. I remember that too, Tim. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's Tommy couldn't believe it. He's like, really? I was like, yeah. Wycliffe was bigger than all of these cities, Twinsburg, all of them. And it's just things changed. And I think those are good matchups. I think we have 3 good games this week. I think I could be wrong. But I think you guys probably have more competitive games than I have. I'll just say that. Hey, I'd like to see Richmond Heights be good in football. I'd like to see them be good in baseball. I'd like to see them be good in a lot of sports. I mean, we know they're a powerhouse in basketball.
Right.
I root for them every year in basketball. I love what they've done with their basketball in Richmond Heights, that'll be for our winter sports show, Joey.
Will it though?
Richmond Heights? Well, yeah. Well, I'm sure somebody in Lake County will play them. Although, do they want to play them? Because do they lose?
Probably not.
But we can still talk about Richmond Heights. It's close to Lake County.
It's right across the border.
Yeah. So we have now, and it's time for the Sentinel 7. And I think we're going to have a drum roll for the Sentinel 7. Joey hates the sound effects.
I hate the sound effects. It's all right though.
I love them.
You should bring in a house band, Tim.
I should, yeah. But let's get to the Sentinel Seven. We're going to start with number 7. They're 1-0. The East Lake North Rangers. They've jumped into the Sentinel 7. They were not in it last week. The Riverside Beavers fell from 3 to 6. They're 0-1. The Willoughby South Rebels, who were 7th, are now 5th. The Wycliffe Blue Devils have moved up to 4th from 6th. The Mentor Cardinals moved up to 3rd from 4th. Kirtland is number 2. And the Perry Pirates remain number 1 in the Lake County Sentinel 7 Power Rankings for Week 2. The first 2 out are Lake Catholic and Madison. So that's, there was a little movement, but not a lot. I think Week 1, for the most part, went the way we thought, except Lake Catholic losing like they did. And people thought that the Kirtland game would be closer, but it wasn't.
No, they impeached the Senators, as you said.
Yeah, and you know what I think, Ken?
Was not close.
I don't think Cincinnati area football is like it was when we were young.
No, right.
Well,
Right.
Moeller's still good, aren't they?
No, maybe.
But I don't
yeah,
think-
I
I think-
can't see a world where Moeller isn't good.
Yeah, but I think the breadth of Cincinnati football is not as good as it used to be. Yeah, and I think Elder as well is a top flight program. But it used to be practically every school in Cincinnati was a state title contender.
Yeah. It seems like Columbus has some really good football now
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
in that area. Of course, Cardinal Mooney's still good in Youngstown, but I think our area has great football. I really think it does.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
Cleveland
agree.
area.
I completely agree.
Lake County itself has really good football. It
Yeah.
just does.
Yeah.
I think that's probably that's it for this week. And I want to thank Ken for being on this week.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Ken, for the work you do and the writing you do. And,
Oh, you're welcome. I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, it's fantastic to have a writer like you on our staff. And Joey does a million things too, and I appreciate it so much. So it's that time to say goodbye for this week. Joey and I will be back on Tuesday with our Two Guys Talk Cleveland Sports, and then we'll be back with this show next Wednesday at 8:30. So I hope people can join us and tell your friends about it, and have a good week, everybody.
Take care.